Hi everybody, Truth to a T here. I am walking my 5 miles a day, 5 days a week to help me maintain and control weight loss, and I've been pretty successful so far. And so that's why I jokingly call myself the walking loser. But anyway, today I want to talk about my God, a major societal problem that I see it as an epidemic. So everybody knows we just recently had a couple of big high-profile cases in New York and in Delaware involving, politicians and their children. I'll tell you right now, I don't care about the cases as much as I care about the reactions that I'm seeing from people on both sides. I mean, the defendant number one, who basically paid off a hooker, and the biggest, the star witness was a person of much lesser character, if that's possible, than the former president. I mean, that's one thing. That was a BS case to begin with. I mean, okay, you proved he's a felon. Fantastic. Good job. I'm not a fan, by the way. I'm not voting for either one of these guys. Let's just make that clear. So don't even bother telling me about your guy in the comments. But I will tell you something that's very disturbing. This most recent case with Hunter Biden is disturbing on so many levels that it's not even funny. I've been in the restaurant bar business all my life. I've seen, for as much joy as I see people going out having a couple of drinks and enjoying themselves, I've also seen the dark side of that. I suppose there's a dark side to every industry, but addiction is certainly a dark side. Obviously, this video is being made by somebody who has a food addiction. I thank God it's not an alcohol addiction or a heroin addiction, heaven forbid a crack addiction. But I do have a child also who's 14 years old, and just the thought that this could happen to a child or a parent is devastating to me. And Hunter Biden he's been through hell. He's been to hell and back. And I'm not defending him. And I'm not defending him lying. It's right to convict people for lying. Blah, blah, blah. I don't have a problem with that. But it's disturbing. It's absolutely disturbing that we have gotten to the point where some of the things that people are saying about this man are truly horrific. And frankly, I'm more scared about the fact that I'm surrounded people like that than the actual act itself. For somebody, first of all, it's absolutely a miracle that this guy is even alive. I mean, it's a miracle. It's a miracle that his father gets to hug his son. I have a lot of friends, and I'm sorry I'm upset, but I have a lot of friends who have children who have a lot of struggles. This is very, very close to home for me, and for anybody to celebrate that person's demise and to say such hurtful things is beyond me. It's beyond my comprehension. It's purely beyond me. And I'm going to tell you right now, unless our society gets its act together and starts genuinely caring about people, we're in big trouble. We're in bigger trouble than anything you can imagine. When we lose compassion for others, we have completely lost our way. This will not end well. So we all know that Joe Biden has, obviously he's aging mentally. He's most of the time the poor man doesn't know where he is. There's no joy in that either, and that's nothing to celebrate. The young people who are laughing at that, I just think that's really disgraceful. And also, somebody, in fact, a man I had coffee with this morning who's in his late 70s, he actually said this morning, he goes, have you noticed in the last couple of weeks how much worse President Biden has gotten mentally and physically? And you know what? He has. I don't think he's going to get to the next election, to the election day anyway. It's not a conspiracy. Jesus, please don't go there. Please don't comment that it's a big setup. But I will tell you this, and I got to stop to make this statement. I actually cannot imagine the pain of this man watching what his son is going through. The same son that he probably held in his arms, obviously as a baby, but he also held in his arms when his son was at his lowest point and smoking crack every 15 or 20 minutes. And to see how far that his son has come, and to now sit there at his age and have to watch his son ripped to pieces. A man who has been through more and has gotten through more than most men, I pray, will never, ever, ever have to deal with. Well, is it any wonder? Is it any wonder whatsoever that Mr. Biden is where he is and is mentally where he is in the last 2 weeks? Listen, I don't care. I don't care who you vote for. I'm not voting for anybody because I think we have bigger problems than that. And you can look at the other side too and say the same thing. Trump may stand up there and act like a tough guy and, say it's his constitutional duty to go through this and it's all a scam and a setup and it's rigged and it's political, whatever. It's hard on his family too. It's hard on his children. It's obviously devastating to his wife. So if you think that your side is victorious here, you are no friend of mine. I think that's really, really, really pathetic on the lowest level. And I hope that somehow there's some kind of an awakening. I'm not an overly religious person, but I do believe in God. And I do believe in values. And I do believe that no man or woman has the right to wish that another human being's child or brother or sister or family member or parent go to their demise just because you don't like the taxes you're paying, or you don't like the price of real estate, or you don't like blah, 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 blah. You have completely lost your way. I think, anyway, I know I'm going around in circles, but I get angry sometimes at how people are treated by others, but I wasn't angry about this. I was deeply, deeply saddened. And it was a sadness that I felt. The closest I can come to comparing the sadness I felt was when my parents passed away, which was definitely, obviously, that was obviously devastating. But this makes that looks like, how you doing? Makes that look like child's play, because I just can't imagine the absolute pain that a person goes through. And FYI, everybody thinks that the child of, a celebrity or a politician have this wonderful life. They really don't. And if you ask most of them, they'll tell you honestly, they wish they weren't placed in that position. That's why many young people of celebrities are separated out of the spotlight by the parents, and wisely so. It's so hard. It's so hard for celebrities to deal with all this. If you think for 1 second that money or power or whatever makes these kids' lives easier or better, you are sadly mistaken. Anyway, my God, start putting yourself in the shoes of another person. If you decide you want to sit there and judge or wish that this guy dies or that guy goes to jail for a long time. I spent, years ago, I made a stupid mistake. I spent one night in jail, in a county jail. There's no joy. There's no beauty in it. And to wish that upon anybody, unless they're obviously a murderer or do some really, really, really horrible, inhumane thing to another human being, then don't root for somebody to go to jail. And certainly don't root for somebody who's been through the hell of a crack addiction to go to jail. And for God's sakes, don't wish that upon the parent of that child. It's a struggle for a parent who has a child with an addiction. It's a terrible struggle. And I have people very close to me who go through it. And I have people, well, I don't want to get too personal, but I have situations that I've been in and been affected by children of people with, business interests and stuff. And it's hard sometimes to not lash out and say, listen, I can't deal with this anymore. This is your problem, not mine. But guess what? I always have to go deep, 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 deep inside my soul and put myself in the position of that parent or that sister or that brother and say to myself, okay, how big is my problem with this person? And my God, how big is the problem for the parent or the sister or the brother of that person? And in that moment, I realize I have no problems. Anyway, listen, thank you so much for watching, for listening. I didn't want to make a depressing video today, but We need to start caring for each other and being kind to each other. Please like and subscribe, and please share this video. I'd like you to share all my videos, but I know a little bit about this. Please help people. Please don't judge a parent because of their child's addiction, and root for that child to get out of the addiction. Don't root for their demise, please. I certainly hope you're better than that. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I hope you like this beautiful weather here today. It's very hot. Anyway, God bless you all. And for God's sakes, first of all, love yourself. And please, please, save some of that love for others. You'd be amazed at how much you can impact somebody's life just by a kind word, or just by simply understanding their struggle. Thank you.